Listen closely, divine warrior, chosen bearer of light. This message finds you at precisely the right moment, not by chance, but by divine orchestration. The universe conspires in your favor, even now as these words reach your ears. You who have been tested, you who have endured your season of waiting draws to its glorious end. Stop everything, take a deep breath, feel the shifting in the atmosphere around you. That stirring in your spirit is no ordinary feeling, it is the call of destiny awakening within you. The divine has marked you, chosen you specifically, for such a time as this. What others see as coincidence, you must recognize as confirmation. Every closed door, every unexpected delay, every tear shed in the darkness of nightfall have been preparing you for this imminent breakthrough. The divine plan for your life stands unchangeable, unshakable, and unstoppable. Type aligned in the comments right now to signal to the universe that you are receptive to this divine message. Watch as this simple act of faith begins to shift the energy surrounding your circumstances. Your declaration becomes a spiritual beacon, drawing your blessings closer with supernatural acceleration. Why do you think this message found you today? Because the divine knows exactly where you are and precisely what you need to hear in this critical moment. Your breakthrough isn't just coming, it stands at the threshold of your life, waiting only for your recognition. Remember this truth: long before your current struggles began, your victory was already secured in the spiritual realm. What awaits you now is simply the manifestation of what has already been decreed for your life. Powerful one, there is a war being waged for your destiny. The obstacles you face are not merely circumstantial. They are spiritual challenges designed to test your resolve and purify your purpose. Every setback, every disappointment, every moment of doubt is a battlefield where your future is being fought for. But hear this truth: you were never meant to fight alone. The divine forces that stand behind you are infinitely more powerful than the forces that stand against you. Can you feel them gathering now? The ancient warriors of light, the celestial guardians who have been assigned to your bloodline for generations. They surround you even as these words reach your consciousness. When you lay your head down each night, exhausted from the day's struggles, divine architects are working tirelessly in the spiritual realm, constructing the platform for your elevation. The divine doesn't sleep, doesn't rest, doesn't pause in its commitment to your breakthrough. While you dream, your miracle is being meticulously crafted. Look back at your journey. Notice how you've survived what should have destroyed you, how you've endured what others couldn't bear. This is not coincidence or mere human resilience, it is evidence of your divine selection. You have been preserved for a purpose that transcends your current understanding. For every tear you've shed in private, a reservoir of blessings has been collecting in the spiritual realm. For every moment you chose faith over fear, seeds of abundance were planted in the divine garden of your future. Nothing, absolutely nothing has been wasted in the economy of your destiny. When the enemy whispers it's too late, the divine thunders back. Their timing is perfect. When doubt suggests you're not enough, divine truth declares they were created for exactly this. The spiritual battle may rage, but the outcome was determined before the first shot was fired. Right now, pause and place your hand over your heart. Feel its steady rhythm, the physical manifestation of divine persistence within you. Each beat echoes the truth: not done yet, not done yet, not done yet. Your story continues because your mission remains incomplete. The divine has invested too much in you to abandon you now. Type warfare in the comments to activate the spiritual armies assigned to your breakthrough. Watch as this declaration disrupts the patterns of delay and resistance that have held your blessings captive. Your words carry creative power. Use them to reshape your reality. Consider the diamond formed only under extreme pressure, in complete darkness, over extended time. Yet when it emerges, its value is undeniable, its brilliance unmistakable. This is your journey. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is the necessary force creating something precious within you that could be formed no other way. The divine speaks in mysterious ways through unexpected encounters, through dreams that linger in your waking hours, through sudden insights that appear as if from nowhere. Have you been paying attention? The clues to your breakthrough have been scattered throughout your experience, waiting for you to connect them. Your ancestors dreamed of the possibilities you now hold in your hands. Generations before you prayed for the opportunities that now appear on your horizon. You stand at the culmination of countless prayers, the living answer to supplications whispered centuries ago. How dare you doubt your significance? The tempests that have raged against you were never meant to drown you. They were sent to reveal your immovable nature, to show both seen and unseen realms that you cannot be washed away. Like a lighthouse standing firm against crashing waves, your persistence has become a beacon for others losing hope in their own storms. Chosen one, hear this. The divine doesn't choose the qualified, it qualifies the chosen. Your perceived inadequacies are merely spaces where divine power will be perfectly displayed. Your weaknesses are not disqualifications, they are divine invitations for supernatural strength to manifest. Today marks a divine demarcation in your journey, before this moment and after this moment. Yesterday's limitations have no authority in your tomorrow. The spiritual decree has gone forth, and no earthly power can revoke what the divine has ordained for your life. Your breakthrough is not just close, it is actively pursuing you. Even now, it races toward your reality with unstoppable momentum. All you must do is stand in expectation, arms wide open, spirit receptive, faith activated. The convergence of divine timing and your readiness creates the perfect moment for manifestation. Destined soul, do you understand the sacred mathematics of divine timing? The celestial clockwork that has been calibrating your journey with perfect precision. What appears as delay in the natural realm is often divine protection in the spiritual. What feels like abandonment is actually meticulous positioning for your grandest elevation. Like a master watchmaker, the divine has been synchronizing every gear, every spring, every intricate mechanism of your destiny. Not a single second has been wasted. Not a moment of your waiting has been overlooked. The divine timekeeper holds the blueprint of your breakthrough in hands that have never once trembled with uncertainty. Type synchronize in the comments to align your spiritual clock with divine timing. Watch as the heavenly gears begin to turn in your favor, as cosmic doors unlock in sequence, as the perfect orchestration of your miracle begins to accelerate beyond human comprehension. Have you ever wondered why certain opportunities weren't granted to you years ago? Why certain doors remained firmly shut despite your persistent knocking? It wasn't because you were forgotten. It wasn't because you were unworthy. It was because the divine, in infinite wisdom, knew you weren't yet the person who could steward the magnitude of blessing prepared for you. The divine doesn't merely see who you are, it sees who you are becoming. Every test, every trial, every tear-stained pillow has been shaping you into the vessel capable of containing your coming glory. Had your breakthrough arrived prematurely, it might have destroyed the very destiny it was meant to fulfill. Consider the eagle, how it stirs its nest, forcing its young to the edge. What appears as cruelty is actually the highest form of love. The parent eagle knows flight is impossible from the comfort of the nest. Similarly, the divine has been stirring your comfortable places, pushing you to edges that terrify you, preparing you for heights you cannot yet imagine. The waiting room is not a punishment. It is the divine preparation chamber. In this sacred space, your character is being fortified, your vision clarified, your resolve strengthened. The longer the preparation, the greater the manifestation. The deeper the roots grow in darkness, the taller the tree will stand in light. Look at the night sky, countless stars, each one precisely placed, each one appearing exactly when its light is meant to reach your eyes. Some of that light began its journey millions of years ago, traveling across unfathomable distances to arrive at this exact moment. This is how your breakthrough operates, set in motion long ago, traveling through time and space to manifest in your life at precisely the divinely appointed hour. Do you know why the Israelites wandered for 40 years in a journey that should have taken 11 days? It wasn't punishment alone, it was transformation. They entered the wilderness as slaves. They needed to exit as conquerors. The divine was not concerned with their location, but with their preparation. Your extended journey serves the same sacred purpose. When farmers plant seeds, they don't dig them up every day to check their progress. They trust the invisible process happening beneath the soil. Your breakthrough is germinating in unseen realms right now, developing strong roots before breaking through to visibility. The divine gardener has not forgotten what was planted in the soil of your spirit. Have you noticed how time seems to move differently in various seasons of life? This is the fluidity of divine timing. In the chrysalis, time slows as transformation deepens. What feels like endless waiting to the caterpillar is actually the necessary gestation period for wings that will soon catch celestial winds. Every prophet, every spiritual giant, every world changer throughout history endured a divine waiting period. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness. Joseph languished in prison. David was anointed king but spent years running for his life. The waiting wasn't punishment. It was cosmic preparation for a responsibility that would have crushed them without it. The divine operates in perfect paradox. Patient urgency, urgent patience. There is no rush in eternity, yet every moment vibrates with purpose. Your breakthrough will arrive neither too early nor too late. It will manifest at the exact intersection of divine timing and human readiness. Right now, silent gears are turning in your favor. Unseen hands are removing obstacles from your path. Spiritual forces are aligning circumstances for your sudden elevation. The precise moment of your breakthrough has been scheduled in the divine calendar since before your birth. All of heaven observes with anticipation as that sacred moment draws near. Can you hear the divine whisper? Just a little longer. Hold fast. Remain steadfast. The waiting is nearly complete. The transformation is almost finished. The breakthrough stands at the door, hand raised, ready to knock. Anointed victor, make no mistake, there is an adversary that trembles at the thought of your rising, an enemy that has witnessed your potential and fears the day of your full awakening. This enemy has invested heavily in your doubt, meticulously cultivating your fears, strategically amplifying your insecurities. Why? Because your breakthrough threatens everything this adversary has built against you. The closer you draw to manifestation, the more frantic the opposition becomes. Have you noticed the intensification of challenges recently? The unexpected obstacles, the sudden doubts that plague your mind in the midnight hours? These are not coincidences. They are desperate countermeasures deployed by an enemy who sees the imminent collapse of their plans for your life. Type "overcome" in the comments to declare victory over every strategy of opposition. Watch as this declaration pierces the veil between realms, shattering the weapons formed against your breakthrough, dismantling the barriers erected to delay your destiny. The primary weapon in the arsenal of opposition is deception. Not outright lies, but twisted half-truths that distort your perception. Your struggle proves you're not chosen. Your pain indicates divine abandonment. Your delays confirm your unworthiness. These whispers are strategic, designed to manipulate the very evidence of your selection into proof of your rejection. Consider this profound truth. The enemy only assigns opposition to treasures worth protecting. The level of resistance you face is directly proportional to the value of what awaits you. Would the adversary waste resources fighting against what doesn't matter? Would darkness mobilize against a light that poses no threat? The magnitude of your opposition is simply confirmation of the magnitude of your calling. Doubt is not your intuition, it is an infiltrator in your consciousness. Fear is not your caution, it is a saboteur of your courage. Delay is not your failure, it's the final desperate strategy of an enemy whose time is running out. Learn to recognize these imposters that masquerade as your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own conclusions. The enemy of your ascension knows your history, but cannot access your destiny. This adversary can only use what was against what will be. The weapons deployed against you are recycled from your past familiar fears, recurring insecurities, remembered failures. But these antiquated strategies cannot prevail against the new creation you are becoming. Yesterday's weapons cannot defeat tomorrow's warrior. In the cosmic courtroom, a verdict has already been issued in your favor. The gavel has fallen. The case is closed. Yet the adversary files desperate appeals, hoping to convince you that the judgment remains uncertain. Understand this. The opposition you face is not a legitimate legal challenge, it is contempt of a court that has already ruled in your favor. The adversary's most effective strategy has been isolation, convincing you that you alone struggle, that you alone doubt, that you alone falter. This isolation distorts your perspective, making the mountain before you appear insurmountable. But look around. Countless others journey alongside you, facing similar battles, carrying similar wounds, awaiting similar breakthroughs. You stand not alone, but as part of a divine battalion advancing together. Have you noticed how the opposition always intensifies just before dawn? How the darkness seems most oppressive moments before sunrise? This is not unique to your journey. It is the universal pattern of breakthrough. The enemy fights hardest when defeat is imminent. The resistance peaks just before it collapses completely. The test is most difficult in its final moments. The adversary speaks a single dialect: impossibility. Every message delivered in this tongue carries the same underlying meaning. It cannot be done. It will not happen. It is too late. But the divine speaks a different language altogether. the language of inevitable victory, and you must decide which tongue you will become fluent in, which messages you will interpret as truth. What the enemy meant for destruction, the divine repurposes for elevation. The very challenges designed to break you are being transformed into the stepping stones that raise you. The opposition intended to be your prison has become your preparation. The attacks meant to destroy you are being alchemized into the catalyst for your greatest transformation. Remember this: the enemy can only attack what the divine has permitted, and the divine permits only what it can ultimately use for your benefit. The fire allowed to touch your life is the precise temperature needed to purify the gold of your purpose, to burn away what is temporary, to reveal what is eternal. Even now, as these words reach you, the enemy scrambles to maintain control over territory that has already been decreed as yours. Spiritual squatters occupy spaces destined for your expansion. Illegal claimants grip blessings assigned to your name. But the divine eviction notice has been served. The cosmic authorities stand ready to enforce the transfer of ownership. Your long-awaited possession is at hand. Chosen one, the moment has come to recognize your opposition for what it truly is, not evidence of your defeat, but confirmation of your imminent victory. Not proof of abandonment, but testament to your significance. Not the beginning of your downturn, but the final desperate resistance before your glorious breakthrough. Blessed vessel, listen closely. In the sacred economy of the divine, nothing of value comes without exchange. Your breakthrough isn't merely a gift, it is a transaction of cosmic proportions, a supernatural exchange where what you've carried is traded for what you've been promised. Your tears for triumph, your patience for power, your endurance for elevation. This divine exchange operates on principles higher than human understanding. In the natural realm, you receive after you give. In the supernatural realm, you often receive because of what you've already given: your years of faithfulness, your countless prayers, your unwavering belief, despite evidence to the contrary. The divine has been recording every investment, and your accumulated spiritual dividends are about to be released. Type exchange in the comments to activate this supernatural transaction. Watch as the divine accounting system processes your spiritual investments, calculating the compound interest that has accrued in the unseen realm, preparing your return that exceeds your expectations and defies mathematical explanation. The ancient principle of divine compensation ensures that no faithful heart goes unrewarded, no persistent prayer goes unanswered, no sacrificial seed goes unfruitful. For every tear you've sown in the soil of suffering, expect a harvest of joy. For every moment of faith maintained in the face of contradiction, expect manifestation that overwhelms your capacity to receive it. Consider the caterpillar that surrenders its identity in the chrysalis. In the darkness of transformation, it offers up its former self in exchange for wings it has never seen, for an existence it cannot yet comprehend. This is the model of supernatural exchange, the willingness to release what is known, comfortable, and familiar in exchange for what has been divinely promised, but not yet experienced. Have you been asking, why must I release what I hold before receiving what is promised? Because your hands cannot receive what the divine offers, while still clutching what the divine asks you to surrender. The exchange requires empty hands, not from loss but from deliberate release. What appears as sacrifice is actually the necessary prerequisite for upgrade. In the Temple of Solomon, worshippers never entered empty-handed. They understood the principle of exchange approaching that divine presence required an offering. Similarly, your breakthrough requires something from you, perhaps the surrender of control, the release of bitterness, the abandonment of limited thinking. What is the divine asking you to place on the altar of exchange? The supernatural exchange often occurs at the intersection of your greatest pain and the divine's greatest power. The very area where you've suffered most intensely is being transformed into the channel through which your most significant blessings will flow. Your deepest wound becomes the portal for your highest purpose. Your greatest vulnerability becomes the venue for your most visible victory. This exchange operates beyond time, reaching backward to redeem what appeared lost, extending forward to secure what is yet to manifest. The divine is not merely changing your future, it is rewriting the impact of your past. What the enemy meant for destruction is being supernaturally exchanged for construction. What was intended to diminish you is being repurposed to distinguish you. The magnitude of your coming breakthrough corresponds directly to the depth of your previous burden. Have you carried a weight that seemed disproportionately heavy? Have you endured trials that appeared excessively severe? This was not divine cruelty, but cosmic preparation for a blessing of equal proportion. The exchange must balance. Extraordinary burdens precede extraordinary breakthroughs. Throughout sacred history, every major divine intervention followed this pattern of exchange. Jacob wrestled until daybreak, exchanging his natural strength for supernatural blessing. Esther fasted for 3 days, exchanging her comfort for the salvation of her people. The widow gave her last meal to the prophet, exchanging her final provisions for supernatural supply that never diminished. What you perceive as your greatest disadvantage is being divinely positioned as the catalyst for your greatest advancement. Your limitations are not punishment. They are parameters within which divine power will be spectacularly displayed. Your insufficiency becomes the canvas on which supernatural sufficiency paints its masterpiece. The exchange often appears illogical by earthly standards, though the divine mathematics operates by different laws. And indeed it does. In the supernatural economy, division results in multiplication. Subtraction leads to addition. Decrease precedes increase. Death gives birth to life. The one who surrenders all gains everything. The last becomes first. The servant rises as leader. Even now, divine messengers stand ready for the transaction, waiting for your declaration of readiness. Cosmic accountants prepare to transfer your accumulated blessings from the spiritual treasury to your earthly experience. Supernatural agents position themselves to deliver what has been reserved exclusively for you since the foundations of time. Chosen one, the exchange is not merely about what you receive, it is about who you become in the process. The ultimate transaction is not the exchanging of circumstances, but the transformation of your essence from natural to supernatural, from earthly to divine, from created to creator. You are being upgraded from one who seeks miracles to one through whom miracles flow. Royal heir, the time has come for prophetic pronouncement over your life. Not mere words of encouragement, but divine declarations that carry the power to reshape reality itself. What is spoken over you in this sacred moment transcends wishful thinking, is the articulation of heavenly intent, the verbalization of divine design, the audible manifestation of what has already been determined in realms beyond human perception. Throughout history, the divine has used the spoken word as the vehicle for creation. Let there be light, and darkness was forever divided from illumination. Let the waters be gathered, and oceans formed their boundaries. The same creative force that fashioned worlds through declaration now hovers over your circumstances, awaiting the prophetic pronouncement that will trigger your supernatural breakthrough. Type pronounce in the comments to activate the prophetic declarations over your life. Watch as these words, charged with divine authority, begin to reshape your reality, rearrange your circumstances, redirect your trajectory toward the destiny predetermined for you before time began. Hear now what the divine pronounces over you. You are not what others have labeled you. You are not what circumstances have suggested. You are not what failure has whispered. You are what the divine declares you to be: chosen, anointed, appointed, equipped, empowered, and destined for supernatural impact in your generation. The divine pronounces over you freedom from every chain that has restricted your movement, liberty from every limitation that has confined your potential, release from every restraint that has hindered your advancement. The prophetic word declares that ancient barriers are crumbling, generational obstacles are dissolving, and systemic restrictions are being supernaturally removed from your path. Your name is being spoken in rooms you have not yet entered. Your influence is being established in circles you have not yet accessed. Your contribution is being valued in spaces that previously rejected you. This is not human networking, it's divine positioning. Not social climbing, it is supernatural elevation. The divine pronounces favor that defies explanation and access that contradicts qualification. The prophetic word declares that what appeared dead in your life is merely dormant. What seemed finished was only paused. What looked like an ending was actually a strategic intermission. The divine pronounces resurrection power over every dream that died prematurely, every vision that withered before fruition, every purpose that was buried before completion. Hear this divine pronouncement. The very areas where you have been most wounded will become the channels through which you most powerfully heal others. Your greatest pain is being transformed into your most effective ministry. Your deepest disappointment is being converted into your most compelling testimony. What the enemy designed to silence you will become the very reason many listen to you. The prophetic declaration goes forth. Your season of obscurity has fulfilled its purpose. The divine pronounces an end to your hiding, a conclusion to your preparation in the shadows. Like David emerging from the fields, like Joseph stepping out of prison, like Esther walking from the harem into the throne room, you are being called from backstage to center stage at precisely the right divine moment. You have been measuring your progress against human timelines, but the divine pronounces supernatural acceleration over your life. What should take years will manifest in months. What normally requires decades will unfold in years. The divine compression of time is being activated on your behalf, not rushed, not premature, but divinely expedited for maximum impact in your generation. The prophetic word declares that your capacity is expanding. The divine pronounces enlargement over your ability to receive, to steward, to manage, and to multiply what is being entrusted to you. Your container is being supernaturally expanded, not through painful stretching, but through divine reconstruction, to hold the magnitude of blessing prepared for this season of your life. Hear this divine pronouncement. Your voice carries more authority than you realize. Your words contain more power than you understand. Your declarations release more change than you perceive. The divine announces the magnification of your spiritual influence, not for self-promotion but for kingdom advancement, not for personal glory but for divine purpose. The prophetic word goes forth that connections are being divinely orchestrated for you. The divine pronounces divine intersections with precisely the right people, at exactly the right moments, for specifically the right purposes. These are not random encounters but supernatural appointments, not coincidental meetings but cosmic convergences designed before the foundation of the world. The divine pronounces supernatural provision that defies natural explanation. Resources will appear from unexpected sources. Support will manifest through unanticipated channels. Supply will flow through overlooked streams. What seemed financially impossible is being divinely funded. What appeared resourcefully unattainable is being supernaturally facilitated. Chosen one, these are not empty words or hollow declarations. Each prophetic pronouncement carries with it the very power needed for its own fulfillment. The divine doesn't just predict your future, creates it. Doesn't merely forecast your breakthrough, it fashions. It doesn't simply foresee your destiny, it forms. The words spoken over you are already manifesting, already materializing, already molding reality to conform to divine intent for your life. Hear this final prophetic pronouncement. Your breakthrough is not merely for you. The divine declares that your deliverance will become a doorway through which others find freedom. Your healing will become a highway on which others journey to wholeness. Your restoration will become a roadmap that guides others back from devastation. Your blessing carries corporate impact. Your miracle contains generational influence. Your breakthrough bears communal significance. Divine catalyst, look closely. The miracle you've been praying for is no longer a distant hope. It is already in motion, already activated, already advancing toward your reality with unstoppable momentum. What you perceive as stationary has been gaining velocity in realms beyond human perception. What appears dormant has been gathering divine energy. What seems delayed has been accelerating in supernatural dimensions. Your breakthrough is not static, it is dynamic, moving, progressing, advancing, like a mighty wave that begins far out at sea, imperceptible from the shore. Your miracle has been set in motion by divine command. The energy builds, the momentum increases. The force intensifies as it approaches the moment of manifestation. What began as a ripple in the spirit realm now surges forward as a towering tsunami of supernatural intervention. Type activate in the comments to align your consciousness with the miracle already in motion. Watch as your spiritual awareness synchronizes with divine activity, as your natural senses attune to supernatural movement, as your earthly perception calibrates to heavenly progression already underway in your circumstances. The divine operates in perpetual motion, creating, transforming, renewing, restoring, advancing, expanding. There is no stagnation in the realm of spirit. While you've been waiting, divine forces have been working. While you've been praying, heavenly gears have been turning. While you've been believing, supernatural currents have been flowing. Your breakthrough hasn't been sitting idle, it has been actively developing, strategically progressing, methodically advancing toward the appointed moment of revelation. Consider how a child grows in the womb, invisible to outside observers, yet in constant motion, in perpetual development, in ceaseless formation. The mother may appear unchanged in early months, yet profound transformation occurs beneath the surface. This is the nature of your miracle in motion, unseen yet active, invisible yet advancing, imperceptible yet progressing with divine precision toward the moment of glorious emergence. Have you discerned the subtle signs, the small shifts in your circumstances, the minor movements in your situation, the slight changes in your environment? These are not coincidences or random developments, they are evidence of your breakthrough gaining momentum. Like the first green shoot breaking through soil, like the initial tremble before an earthquake, like the distant thunder before the storm arrives, your miracle announces its approach through harbingers that most overlook. In the spiritual realm, there is no pause button, no static position, no frozen state. Everything moves, everything develops, everything advances. What the divine has decreed for your life is not suspended in celestial limbo, it races toward you even now. Angels are in motion, blessings are in transit, circumstances are being rearranged, opposition is being dismantled. The entire cosmos realigns itself to facilitate the manifestation of what has been divinely ordained for your life. The acceleration has begun. What previously moved at divine pace now shifts into supernatural velocity. The heavenly hourglass that measured your season of preparation has been turned, and the final grains of sand fall swiftly. Time compression activates as your breakthrough approaches. What should require years will manifest in months. What normally demands decades will unfold in years. The divine understands the urgency of your assignment and expedites your miracle accordingly. Can you sense the atmospheric shift, the spiritual climate change, the alteration in the unseen environment surrounding you? This is the barometric pressure dropping before the storm of blessing breaks. This is the subtle vibration before the earthquake of transformation shakes your circumstances. This is the rushing wind before the fire of divine manifestation ignites your reality. These atmospheric changes are not your imagination, they are confirmation that your miracle moves closer. In the royal courts of heaven, the divine decree regarding your breakthrough has been issued and sealed with irrevocable authority. That decree now dispatches angelic forces, mobilizes spiritual resources, activates heavenly assistance. The executive order of your blessing travels through supernatural channels, acquiring momentum, gathering strength, accumulating power as it journeys from divine declaration to earthly manifestation. What adversarial forces intended as permanent barriers to your advancement now become temporary obstacles that your miracle in motion dismantles with increasing momentum. Like a massive boulder rolling downhill, your breakthrough gathers speed, and what initially impeded its progress now shatters upon impact. The divine momentum behind your blessing cannot be stopped by human hindrance or spiritual opposition. The mathematical principles of divine acceleration now activate in your favor. Supernatural velocity multiplied by heavenly mass creates an unstoppable force of divine intervention. The longer your miracle has been developing, the greater its momentum becomes. The more prolonged your wait, the more powerful the manifestation. The divine physics of breakthrough operates beyond natural limitations. What appears impossible in the natural becomes inevitable in the supernatural. Even now, pieces are falling into place. Circumstances align. Resources converge. Relationships form, barriers dissolve, paths clear, doors unlock. The orchestration of your breakthrough unfolds with symphonic precision, each element arriving at exactly the right moment, each component manifesting in perfect sequence, the entire production choreographed by divine wisdom that never misses a cue. Your awareness may not yet perceive it, but in the realm of spirit, celebration has already begun. Heavenly beings observe with anticipation the final moments. Before your miracle breaks through the veil, separating the unseen from the seen. What you still await, they already witness. What you still pray for, they already celebrate. What you still believe for, they already behold. Your breakthrough is so certain in the spiritual realm that rejoicing precedes its physical manifestation. Chosen one, your role now shifts from petitioner to receiver, from one who asks to one who anticipates, from one who pleads to one who prepares. The miracle in motion requires your active participation in its arrival, not to make it happen, but to create space for its manifestation. Clear away doubt, remove unbelief, eliminate fear. Triumphant one, this is the moment of divine culmination, the sacred intersection where heaven meets earth, where supernatural intention manifests as tangible reality, where the invisible becomes visible in your life. All that has been prophesied, all that has been promised, all that has been prepared in unseen realms now converges in a divine crescendo of manifestation that will leave you breathless with wonder and awestruck by the precision of heavenly timing. What began as whispered promises now thunders as fulfilled declarations. What started as seedlings of faith now stands as towering monuments of manifestation. What originated as faint impressions on your spirit now materializes as undeniable evidence of divine intervention. The breakthrough you've anticipated isn't merely approaching, it surrounds you, encompassing your reality with the unmistakable atmosphere of heavenly fulfillment. Type manifest in the comments to initiate the final sequence of your breakthrough. Watch as the veil between intention and manifestation dissolves completely, as the boundary between spiritual decree and physical reality disappears, as the gap between divine promise and human experience closes in a moment of supernatural convergence that defies logical explanation. The divine culmination operates according to celestial laws of convergence, multiple streams of blessing flowing together, numerous threads of purpose intertwining, countless fragments of promise assembling into a masterpiece of manifestation. What appeared as disconnected events now reveals itself as an intricately choreographed divine strategy. What seemed like random occurrences now shows itself as precisely positioned pieces of a supernatural mosaic. Like the final moments of dawn when darkness can no longer resist the inevitable rising of the sun, your breakthrough can no longer be delayed by opposition, hindered by resistance, or prevented by obstruction. The divine momentum has reached critical mass. The supernatural acceleration has achieved escape velocity. The heavenly intention has gathered irresistible force. What was prophesied must manifest. What was decreed must materialize. What was spoken must appear. Have you noticed the sudden collapse of obstacles that once seemed insurmountable? The unexpected resolution of problems that appeared unsolvable? The surprising removal of barriers that looked impenetrable? This is not coincidence or fortunate time. It is evidence of divine culmination. When breakthrough reaches its appointed moment, mountains become molehills, walls become walkways, barriers become bridges. In the courts of heaven, the legal documentation of your breakthrough has received its final signature, its ultimate stamp of approval, its concluding authorization. The cosmic declaration echoes through spiritual realms. It is finished. It is completed. It is accomplished. What remains is not the question of if, but the experience of now. Not the possibility of manifestation, but the reality of culmination. Not the hope of breakthrough, but the tangible evidence of fulfillment. The divine operates with perfect completeness, no detail overlooked, no element forgotten, no component neglected. Your breakthrough arrives, not as partial fulfillment, requiring human completion, but as total manifestation, reflecting divine perfection. Not as incomplete blessing demanding your improvement, but as comprehensive provision displaying supernatural thoroughness. The divine signature on your miracle is its extraordinary completeness that leaves nothing lacking. Can you perceive the shift from preparation to manifestation, from process to product, from journey to destination? This transition marks the divine culmination, the sacred moment when waiting ends and experiencing begins, when believing transforms into receiving, when anticipating converts to possessing. The season changes not gradually but suddenly, not incrementally but completely, not partially but totally. Throughout history, divine culmination has followed this consistent pattern, extended preparation culminating in sudden manifestation. Noah labored for decades, then witnessed the flood arrive in a single day. Israel wandered for 40 years, then crossed into promise in a single moment. The early church waited in the upper room for 10 days, then experienced Pentecost in an instant. Your breakthrough follows this same divine design, lengthy development, followed by sudden manifestation. What appears as divine delay is actually perfect positioning. The heavenly forces have been aligning circumstances, coordinating components, synchronizing elements for maximum impact at the optimal moment. Like a master conductor bringing in each section of the orchestra at precisely the right measure, the divine orchestrates your breakthrough with flawless timing for perfect harmony. Nothing premature, nothing delayed, everything exactly on divine cue. The magnitude of your breakthrough corresponds directly to the thoroughness of your preparation. The weight of your blessing matches exactly the strength of your foundation. The size #Chapter 1. The Divine Calling. Listen closely. Divine warrior, chosen bearer of light. This message finds you at precisely the right moment, not by chance, but by divine orchestration. The universe conspires in your favor even now as these words reach your ears. You who have been tested, you who have endured your season of waiting draws to its glorious end. Stop everything, take a deep breath, feel the shifting in the atmosphere around you. That stirring in your spirit is no ordinary feeling, it's the call of destiny awakening within you. The divine has marked you, chosen you specifically, for such a time as this. What others see as coincidence, you must recognize as confirmation. Every closed door, every unexpected delay, every tear shed in the darkness of nightle have been preparing you for this imminent breakthrough. The divine plan for your life stands unchangeable, unshakable, and unstoppable. Type aligned in the comments right now to signal to the universe that you are receptive to this divine message. Watch as this simple act of faith begins to shift the energy surrounding your circumstances. Your declaration becomes a spiritual beacon, drawing your blessings closer with supernatural acceleration. Why do you think this message found you today? Because the divine knows exactly where you are and precisely what you need to hear in this critical moment. Your breakthrough isn't just coming, it stands at the threshold of your life, waiting only for your recognition. Remember this truth. Long before your current struggles began, your victory was already secured in the spiritual realm. What awaits you now is simply the manifestation of what has already been decreed for your life.